Hey guys, so I think I'm probably finally done, at least for the time being. Um, so I made some changes. I think I've been working on this for an hour according to my last video. As you can see, that cord that was across here, I moved it because I moved this, instead of having the cable right through the sofa, I moved it to the other side. So it's behind that way, closer to the lamp behind there. So I like it because that way there's less chance of me tripping. I can't seem to avoid this one cable because the tripod's over here. But other than that, I like how wide and open the space is so far. I told you about it earlier in the first video that if you have cables, make sure you put it behind the thing that the ideally it's best to put it behind something large. So the cable was in front of here, I put it behind the speaker. My previous video I showed you that the cables were in front, I put it behind. And one thing that really helped me a lot is bundling. So you can see that I use these Velcro cable ties, and I just made little bundles in about, I think, 1 to 2 foot segments. So I made bundle, bundle, and then I looped it over here. There's a bundle over here. It's hidden by the speaker. And then I also made more bundles. Bundle, bundle, and then there's a bundle right here. Bundles are your friend. Bundle. And it looks a lot more organized and looks neater. I know there's other cable management coils of some sort. I think it was about 20 bucks. I didn't want to spend the money on it because this is just an aesthetic thing. So I think these cable ties do work well. If he wants to cover up his speaker, instead of having this acoustic panel all over it, he can move it this way. So I'm gonna have to, I want to move it, yeah, move it over there so that way this acoustic panel doesn't go over the cable. See how it's nice and wide? So that's how it would look if it's closed. One cable, those little bundle segments, bundle, bundle. The what really helped me is I tried to figure out exactly where each cable would go, and I disconnected as I felt needed. So if this one was in between and on top of it, I wanted to make it as, how would I say this, coil free as possible. So any tangles I removed, and I just kind of stacked it on top of here. You can see that there's Mr. Clinton over here. Mr. Clinton. And the problem with having cats is that the cat's hair kind of bundles around here. You can kind of see, like, even on this fan, you see that? There's cat hair stuck over there. I removed a whole bunch yesterday too. But because the cat hair kind of circulates all over the place and gets caught in the cables, I figured by having it kind of elevated like this, the cat hair will most likely get stuck over here and not over here as much. Or that's at least my hope. It's easier for me to just lift this thing up and get, a broom or Swiffer and clean it rather than have to sort through all this other thing. The other thing with the three cats is that they like to puke on the cables for whatever reason. I'm hoping if they do puke on the cables, which I really hope they don't, but I know they will, it'll be easier to clean because it's not one jumbled mess anymore. So yeah, that's my little setup over here. Lots of bundles. Tried to make it as straight as possible. I had to really figure out where exactly each cord went to. So for instance, my temptation when I was doing this was to bundle this with this originally. However, this is the microphone cable, so this should actually be slack. See? So it kind of goes, whoops. You gotta watch where your cord is, see? Like, if I had it like this, it would have tangled, but you want to just kind of keep the cord not getting jumbled. And that way, see that cable? It belongs to the mic stand. See? So it's not part of this bundle at all. This part I kept over here. I mentioned in a previous video that I'm thinking about putting some Velcro strip so that way this doesn't get knocked over. I don't like how this tilts. See that? And Blackberry likes to jump on this thing, so I can see it just like boom. That's probably why it was on the ground earlier. But Velcro strips might help it a little. I'd stuff the cables into the box. Oh, maybe. Well, I'm thinking maybe what I could do is just put it inside of a box then. Like make a little opening and drop it in there, but I definitely want it elevated of sorts. I have to figure it out. Command cable hooks. Oh my goodness, I love command cable hooks so much, you guys. So much. I mentioned how I had this cord from over here. Before it was underneath this leg and it kept getting rolled over. So I kind of snaked it so it's above this leg. See that? This one, I should actually put this on top. I want to, like, maybe if I have like a hook or command hook, like you guys were recommending, it would stay on top. That way it doesn't get rolled over. I like having it free like this. This part is unavoidable because it's part of this this monitor stand. So the cable snaked through down here, and then it goes through over there. Yeah, so I think I did a lot of work in terms of cable management. I even bundled up this little part over here. I have to clean that, it's dusty. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Oh my goodness. I hope Barry doesn't puke on the cables. I had to clean cat puke behind there. Well, if she pukes on the cables, I'm going to have to work on that. I hope she doesn't. She is going to. So, this was a really good purchase. Just buying these cable ties. I mentioned it before, but one of the things that I didn't like about this, and this is totally a first world problem, they come in a roll, and you have to separate each one, but you see this little thing, this little black thing, you have to rip it off. So, see? So this part is trash, and this part is the one that you use. I usually put the smooth side around, so I snake it through, so the fuzzy side is on the outside. I was kind of thinking, I think smooth side goes inside, and then fuzzy side goes outside, and then I just wrap it around. That's how I do it. But this was I think it was quite a nice job. I try to get, I'm trying to, I don't know how to get this stuff off the floor, JP. That's the only thing. Unless I mount it to the wall somehow. Which is an idea in itself. But that is my closest attempt of elevating it off the ground. That little box. Oh, you don't rip it? I have always ripped it because I feel like there's a hole in there. It's easier if you rip it out though, because that way you have more area to put your end through. Normally I do this with 2 hands, not one. I'm gonna have to do this with 2 hands. See? So that's why I ripped it off, because it has more space to just go right through. Normally it snags and rips off. Okay, if it snags and rips off, I'm gonna have to throw away the trash anyway, so I'd rather rip it out before I even put it on. Put the PC in the fireplace. Okay, so that reminds me. One of the important things when you do this cable management stuff is make sure whatever stuff does not belong there, you remove it. So you might have realized there's some stuff missing here. There was some things over here. It's so open now because it's all over here. Look at this wonderful treasure trove. Let's talk about the great treasures here. We got this thing, and got this thing over here. This wasn't plugged in, so I'm just gonna have it in the storage cabinet. Yeah, audio stuff. And then we got this thing. This was on the ground. Really shouldn't be on the ground. And there's some jewels over here. Look at this wonderful find. See this? It's a Harman Kardon charger. I wanted to figure out where this went to, so I thought, oh, let's see. Can you see? It goes to nothing. It's a cut cord, but it was still there. And I don't know why it was still there, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna have to ask him, do you want to keep this? Or do you want to throw it away? Because I'm not gonna throw away his stuff without him saying okay. And then you got the Xbox cables, and you got like this cable thing. This battery, this was behind. All this stuff, like this old thingy. And I don't know what this thing is, but you guys definitely know. This stuff, yeah. And there's some cut cable around here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's keep or throw away, but all I know is the top was off. It was just bare. Completely bare. Bare like this. That's why all the dust is inside. Oh, did you see that? Look at that. Oh, so dusty. Yeah. So, I don't know if he wants to keep it or not. But if he does want to keep it, I'll have to clean it up and store it somewhere. And yeah. Yeah, something tells me he doesn't need this cable modem box anymore. Just a feeling, you know. Just a feeling. Oh, look at that. What year is this thing anyway? Doesn't say. But yeah. This looks pretty old. Oh, it's a surfboard. Oh. Yeah, so it is what it is. This is all the stuff that I said. Make sure you clean up all the stuff that you're not using, broken stuff, open stuff, things that, you know, can go into storage. And it definitely helps clear things up a bit. So much more space. So much more space. And it looks nice. Neat. Well, it looks nicer than when it was before, definitely. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any suggestions how I could make this a little nicer. Or I know some people recommended mounting it to the wall. I think that would have to be command hooks, but I don't know how well command hooks would be for things like this. I mean, I could put it over here. Oh, that looks nice. See? Like if it's over there. That looks pretty nice. But I don't think I really need a command hook for the ground. I love my bundles. And more bundles. And look at that. Definitely makes it nicer. So, let's see. I think it's easier. I like it a lot more. It looks less of an eyesore when I look at it. Much less than an eyesore. Like I said, I'm going to have to get a bigger box for this. But, yeah, just give me some suggestions. I learned so much from you guys. And I was doing a lot of, like, underhand, overhand. I know earlier today. You might have seen my video from 3:40 a.m. Yep, cable management at 3:40 a.m. I'll see how it goes. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I mean, like, if he has like an old one and it still works, I don't think he has to throw it away. And I'll tell you why. Because to have a backup for certain things. I remember Like, for instance, like it's I had two of these between going to 186 and the new store. I've lost one of them. So I don't know how I lost one tripod, but I did lose one tripod, and it saddens me because I only have one pod for the whole apartment versus two. But yeah, it's good to have a backup in case you lose something or it breaks. It's always just good to have some. And because you don't have a backup, then you feel like you have to like impulse buy even more. That's just my thoughts. Versus, I have this one. If I really can't find the other one, then I can just, wait a month or whatever. I could tie the cable ties together, but the reason why I like the box is because here. So cat hair normally pools in the corners and around this area, and I got sick of all the cat hair kind of bundling in between. And I'm hoping that if I have a box like this, most of the cat hair would just kind of end up down here, or it's easier for me to, shake off the cat hair. It won't be so much between. But I've never tried it before. This is just a theory. We'll see if it works or not. Oh, TV behind the TV. Yeah, I don't know why we have this. We've never used it. I mean, I've never seen him use it, but it's been unplugged. That was the other thing too. It was unplugged, and I did I cable tie it? Oh, I did cable tie it. I did cable tie it. So yeah, we have a TV, and I don't think this one was plugged in because when I was looking at the cord, this thing was not, yeah, in use. So there are certain things over here that it wasn't plugged in, and I don't think he's using it anymore, but he just wanted to keep it, even though there was, there was no part attached to it. Like, where is it? That electrical thing. I'm showing you guys. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, this is so much harder to do with one hand. Yeah, this thing. Like, I don't know what his plans for this is. You would think that if you cut the cord, you would naturally throw away this thing, because this was unplugged. So this was unplugged and the cord was cut, but it was still there. So I don't know if he wanted to keep it for whatever reason, or if he just forgot to throw it away. But whatever it is, I'm going to just put it aside until he can tell me, if this is e-waste or not e-waste. Yeah, I don't know why he has this over there. I mean, we normally just watch it from, we don't watch TV, but we just look on the internet. So, yeah, there's no cable here. Maybe he used to have cable, and that's why he was watching TV, but we just use that screen instead. So, yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna make myself a cookie, a well-deserved cookie and hot cocoa. And I will talk to you guys later. Yeah. I'm so happy. This actually got done a lot faster than I thought it was going to take. I expected it to take about 3-4 hours. I always overestimate on things because I don't want to put myself under a time crunch. Like, oh, I must get this done in 30 minutes. I have this whole belief that, as long as you work towards something, that's all that's important. Give yourself ample time. If it takes 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 weeks, whatever, at least you're making forward progress. So I think of myself like in the tortoise of the hare story. I always think of myself as a tortoise. But you can see that I'm slowly moving forward, and that's all that matters. When it comes to the moving, when it comes to cable management, just slowly moving forward. Yeah. No one really pays attention about how long it takes someone to do something after they accomplish it. They just think, hey, they got it done, and that matters. If you rig up a box with a flip like a chest would have. Oh, that is smart, Joseph. You know what? I'm going to look for that. I'm going to try and You know what? Actually, that box would serve as a chest because it does open up like a chest, and maybe I can cut it some way. I know, this is totally like a cheapy style. Maybe I can cut it some way and then put it in there, and then cut a hole in it. That is so smart. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to reuse cardboard boxes because we have them lying around, and I really don't want to spend $20, $30 for a nice little cable box. I'm just trying to reuse, and I mean, this is not like a castle or a little, high-end place at all. It's such a, I think this apartment's very homely, very, very homely, but I actually like it that way. It's, I don't take it very seriously at all. Use a shoebox. We don't have a shoebox around here. That's the only downside, but I'm gonna try work with this or see if we have anything else over here. Yeah. I will talk to you guys later. See ya.